Welcome to Bourbon and Badges, the podcast, live in Studio 77 from Gastonia, North Carolina, and Calabash, the voice of the uncommon people.
Welcome to Bourbon and Badges, the podcast, Season 5, Christmas edition, if you will. If you're wondering who that fourth handsome-looking devil is on camera, that is retired Detective Jeff Wooten of the Gastonia PD. He is our guest star for the show today. How you going? How's it going, Jeff?
Pretty good. I don't know about the star part.
Detective Wooten, lift your phone up a little bit. We're not getting half your, only getting half your. There you go, right there.
There you go.
There we go. You bet.
Well, that arm's gonna get tired after an hour of podcasting.
What's going on, Russell?
Now, for everybody out there, these guys all worked together back in the day at Gastonia PD. Jeff, Hound Dog, and Slow.
Yeah, man.
And yeah, Jeff, you'll be a star after you're on this show because we're worldwide, brother.
I'll definitely be wanted.
You already wanted. You'll just be found now.
You'll be on a list. You'll be on a fucking list now, brother.
We know where that son of a bitch is now.
I've been on a lot of lists before.
Oh, yeah. Haven't we all? So I guess, did you do 30 years, Jeff?
28 and a half. I got out a year and a half worth of sick time. So about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but that's earned sick time.
That's earned sick time. So you did 30, yeah. I did 17 months. 17 months early, so yeah. So I guess between us now, we got 120 years here looking at everybody back
120
here.
years
What
of
about
law
that?
enforcement on this channel. And
Fuck, man.
Wooten, what we always tell people is, man, if you want to hear the uncut version of how cops really feel when they don't have to answer to anybody, this is a place to come.
Oh yeah, you got that
No
right.
longer muzzled.
No administration, muzzling us or
No longer muzzled.
censoring
Yep.
us.
You can't say
We tell it
that.
is.
Don't be saying that. You can't say it.
You can't
yours.
hurt people's feelings.
Up yours. We'll hurt your feelings in a minute.
All right. Well, on the show today, we're going to get started, of course, with some bourbon. But first, let me give you a little tidbit of what we'll be talking about later. Some Christmas stories, 2023, and not good ones. But we'll go into a little bit of that. We got some stories on some knife attacks, just to highlight that whether you have guns or not, people will hurt and kill each other with whatever's available. We got some, of course, good cop stories we're going to have. Wooten's going to bring us a really nice one, nice juicy one. He kind of pre-podcast he told us about.
Juicy.
Yeah,
Looking
Juicy
forward to
Wooten.
this.
Juicy Wooten.
That's his new name. I'm going to write that down. Juicy.
That's your
Wooten.
new nickname, brother.
Yeah, J.J. Wooten. Jeff Juicy Wooten. J.J.
That sounds
man,
a little nasty.
There's a lot. That sounds like a porn or something. Right? And then if we have time, I'm going to talk about a lady who's starting a relationship, sexual one, with an oak tree. She's called Ecosexual. It's a new title. Ecosexual.
I bet
With
she's
an
in
oak tree.
California.
That brings a whole new meaning to a tree lover, huh?
Yeah. Splinters. There's a whole lot of questions I have.
Yeah, well, I've got tons for that one.
Yeah. But anyway,
Yeah.
we're going to start with bourbon, and Rodnader's going with the Patton armored
I have never
diesel.
seen that anywhere before.
Yeah, I pulled it out. I've had it for a while. I said I'm gonna bust the top tonight for our Christmas edition here. How about you guys? What you drinking?
For me, benchmark single barrel.
Benchmark single barrel. Okay.
Yep.
Hey, guys, if y'all come across a place, I've got the collection of benchmarks. I can't find foolproof. I've got every bottle but foolproof.
You know what? So I started to buy that one today. I had this the store my local liquor store here. I went in there today just to find one of the other benchmarks, and they had the whole shooting match. So I'll pick you up one next time I go down there.
Yeah, man, if you do, I'll pay you the first time I see you. Yeah, I tell you, I can't find it. I've been 3 different counties up here trying to look for it. Can't find it. Early times for me, man. Throwback to Buck days. Early
Look at that.
times. Whiskey.
You even got the little one that you could slide in your long trench coat jacket when you're out there at the schoolyard.
This is what it sounds like when you open the bottle. Your mind goes,
Mine does too. Mine does too.
I got a cork too, motherfucker, right here.
all right, Wooten, what are you drinking, brother?
Probably going to be a Diet Sundrop anytime now. It's
You going to rate that thing on the show tonight?
I think
Do a
I'm
taste
good.
test and rate it?
Yeah, I'll let you know if that thing's sweet or not.
What's the mash bill on that bad boy?
Citrus.
All right.
It is 79% sun and the rest drop.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
And that's
All
a
right,
local
look
drink
at
too, man. You can't just find that anywhere.
Yeah.
You can't find a good
Sundrop.
ones anywhere.
That was a buck drink too, Sundrop. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I tell you, if you know anything about Sundrops, you know it has to do with the cap.
The
It's all
cap.
about
You're right.
the cap.
That's
The
right.
The
white
color of the cap?
Don't drink the damn gray cap.
Oh, really?
Yellow
Well,
cap,
tell me about
yellow
this.
cap.
What's the
Yeah,
what's the
yellow
cap?
cap.
I don't know this cap thing. I don't know of this. What is
Yeah,
that?
yeah. If it don't have a white
Yeah.
cap on it, I don't buy it.
I don't either.
So a sun drop.
I don't think it is. Is it's either got a yellow cap or a white cap. The ones that I've seen, I've never seen any other color. But the yellow cap, if I remember correctly, is made and bottled at a secondary
Somewhere in
bottling
Iran.
company. Secondary bottling company. It's not bottled. It's not manufactured by Sundrop. It's manufactured by whatever secondary bottling company that they use, and it's horrible.
And the white cap. The white cap's the good one.
White cap's a good one.
Yeah, that yellow's nasty.
Okay.
I'll tell you a funny story on that. When I first moved down here to the beach, we had there's nothing but yellow caps around here in North Carolina, right here on the coast. And I would make a special trip back up as close as I could get to Gastonia to get the white cap Sundrop. I would stop at a convenience store, usually somewhere around Wadesboro or Monroe or somewhere like that, and get the white cap.
Hound
bottle.
dog, is it a lot more flatter to you
Yes.
with the yellow? It's really
horrible.
flat.
Yeah.
All right, boys, this is a bourbon show.
And
15 minutes on Sundrop.
where I'm going on that, right quick, if you don't mind, Mr. Producer, I will come to find out there's a store a quarter of a mile from my house that sells a white cap Sundrop. So I was driving all the way down there back to Gastonia to get the Sundrop, and it's just a quarter mile away.
Damn. Well, let me jump into this patent a little bit. I found out some interesting information. I don't know if you guys knew this. So on it, it actually says, on the bottle, it actually says it's a cane spirits finished in an oak bourbon barrel, Kentucky bourbon barrel. So it leads you to believe that it's a bourbon, but actually, when I did some research on it, it's actually a rum mixed in a bourbon barrel. Yeah, so this is what it says here. Basically, the recipe, there are variations, but was generally considered a mixture of bourbon, whiskey, scotch, and white wine. And there's one recipe that includes a shot of cherry juice to symbolize the blood of our enemies. While it contains a variety of ingredients, the single name represents the cohesion of the U.S. Second Armored Division. It's kind of it's for George Patton and the World War II guys.
So
Yeah.
you snuck in a rum on us.
I'm not even done yet. So what I was looking at, it's about an 80 proof, so it's pretty tame. But it's a instead of it being a bourbon, it's cane spirits finished in a bourbon barrel. And you ask, what's cane spirits? It's basically sugar. Cane spirits is made with sugar cane instead of grain. The result is the expression of a white rum mixed in a bourbon barrel.
Oh, there you
So
go.
this is really a kind of a strange concoction, but I think they put all those ingredients together to represent the armored divisions that all did the job in the World War. So, but yeah, it's really strange. But so it's known as a bourbon, but it's cane spirits made in bourbon barrels, but it's got a mixture. It's not just straight bourbon.
Damn.
Yeah,
that's
good deal.
wild.
See, it's not a bourbon at all. If
Well,
anything,
I guess
either,
it's not. I guess it's not. Yeah.
Either way, it's either a really, really good rum or pushing a whiskey, maybe.
It has nothing on there that says rum, though. It all says bourbon barrel. It says made in, it's done in Kentucky.
Well, so the men would buy it.
What's that?
That's so men would buy it.
Probably. And it's got a man on it.
Yeah, there you
The
go. It's
man.
got the man, yeah.
Yeah, the man. So, yeah, so that's it. Just a little background on that. It's patent, and I'm about to give it a shot here. According to the experts here, it's got some sweetness to it with some tart lemon notes when you smell it. It's got some tobacco and some vanilla with a taste to it, and the finish is medium with an oaky dryness. So
Now, Wooten, you can jump in anytime you like, brother. Don't sit
Yeah.
there and wait your turn.
I know too much about that stuff to be commenting.
I'll tell you, Rod, to like you, this early times is 80 proof. It's $16 a fifth. So it's right up Buck's alley.
oh damn,
Old brother Buck. It's made by produced by the Sazerac Company. It's 79% corn, 11% rye, 10% malted barley, aged 3 years. Although they don't look like that, it's a very, very light color on it to be 3-year-old.
Yeah, mine is pretty light too. By the way, the price point on this bad boy is like $40 to $45, depending upon where you are.
Well,
And
the benchmark. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I thought you.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. We're getting ahead of you, man. Go ahead. What you got?
Hound Dog, you can't hide your notes anymore, man. You slid back a little bit, which looks better, I think, all around between see you do your notes.
Yep. But this benchmark is, of course, a Buffalo Trace product, mash bill number 1, which means less than 10% rye, so it's going to be a low rye. And I think it's aged about 3 years. This McAfee Brothers, I think on the original benchmark, Steve, didn't it just say McAfee's? They didn't have Brothers on there, right?
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. You know who the McAfee brothers were.
Yeah, the ones that made this whiskey.
Yeah, early explorers as well. It was named after the three brothers, early explorers.
But anyway, that's what this is, and the price point is $24. I think what I paid for it.
Hey, bad.
South Carolina.
$4. And that's pretty expensive for a benchmark.
For benchmark, it's the most expensive one.
All right. I'm going to go right out now. I just tasted it, and I'm very disappointed. I don't like it.
What is it you don't like? Does a rum really ring in it?
No, and it's you drink it, it goes down, and it's gone. Like there's no. It's like you didn't. There's no. Is it aftertaste? And there's no remnants of it left. Like once it's gone, it's gone. I don't know. It's just, and it's flat. It's not. There's no bite to it at all.
Totally dead on the finish.
Yeah. How disappointing. What a cool bottle, though. I don't like it. I'm going to give mine. We got a rating system here of 1 to 10. 1 shitty, 10 the greatest thing, 7 and up is a daily drinker. Has to have certain things to be a daily drinker. This thing right here, because it's a $40 price point, and I just don't like the taste. The finish is not for me. It doesn't even really taste too bourbon-like at all, you know. So I'm going to give it a 3.
3, wow. That's way down there.
Okay.
I don't like it at all, yeah.
Dog,
How
go
about
ahead,
you guys?
brother.
Yeah, on mine, man. Of course, I smell alcohol. I know y'all probably find that hard to believe because that's all I ever freaking smell. But the taste, man, I taste a little bit of caramel, a little bit of floral hints or taste to it. It finishes pretty good. It's not dry. It's not, it don't linger. It's a pretty good finisher. And the price point, like I said, is $24. I would probably rate this at about a 7.5.
Oh, good deal. Daily drinker. Yeah, benchmark's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Early
That's
times,
a benchmark small batch, right?
No. Single barrel.
Single barrel. I'm sorry, single barrel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Early times, man, you're getting what you pay for. $16 a fifth. It tastes like a $16 a fifth drink. It's very. I didn't get tobacco. Rod Nader, you mentioned tobacco, then I picked it right up on the nose, so it's probably just suggestive.
Right.
A little caramel, a little bit. Almost kind of like a flat cigar, maybe. But yeah, like you, it's no bite to it all. 80 proof. We like about a 90 proof or better burn. Yeah, and it's very dry on the back end of it. Very dry finish, and it's a 4. I use it as a mixer, but that's just for the alcohol part of it.
I was gonna say you got a scowl on your face. I could have told you before you even said 4. You didn't like it.
Yeah, not my wheelhouse.
All right, so to finish up, Patton got a 3 for me. I hope I'm not too hard on. Try it, guys, if you want, but I didn't like it at all. Early times from Slow got about a 4. Benchmark single barrel 7.5 is the daily drinker of the day, and that's Hound Dog.
Wooten, you're making us drunk. Hold that phone still, boy.
I looked in the mirror of that thing. I seen that belly. I sucked that thing in like Rod Nader. It all fell down to my waist.
All right, guys.
right.
Jeff, we appreciate you taking the time. Jeff Wooten, of course, taking the time to be on the podcast tonight, man. Kind of late in the game. We just called Jeff, 2 days ago, day before Christmas, I think it was, to see if he was being interested, and he was nice enough to jump on here with us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, Rod Nader, you've heard Steve say, I went to rookie school with Buck, and then I was sitting here thinking about Steve talking about stories of Buck. I'm sure you know the Buck. He bragged about how good an athlete he was. So we played basketball together, stuff like that. So we ended up over at the Y one day here on West Franklin, and he had gotten into that racket. And he was out there playing racquetball, and Buck said, "Watch me wear his fat ass out." I did everything but had to carry Buck off the court. He wore Buck's ass out.
Yeah. Buck always told me, Wooten, that he could kick my ass in basketball. And I always said, Buck, there's not a chance, a prayer in hell for you to beat me in basketball. I'm taller, I'm bigger, I'm stronger, I'm in better shape, and I played the game fairly well up through the college level. So I'm pretty sure I could pretty take him to the hole and drown him like a minnow in fighting a shark. Like I wouldn't have a problem, but we never got a chance to do it, man. We just kept putting it off. But man, I wanted to take him and just I wanted to send him off.
For our newest viewers or listeners, Buck was a founding father of the podcast. He was one of the first original three. Of course, went to Gastonia PD with the three of us other than Rodinator, then went to Charlotte Mech where he policed with the Rodinator.
Right.
So we all know and love him very much, and we miss him.
And he was a renegade pig with you guys, and he was just he was just an all-around good guy when you think
Still
of people.
Still a renegade pig. He's in it for every chapter. He lost his life in a motorcycle accident a little over 2 years ago, and
on a ride with
he
me.
lives on in this podcast. So.
Yeah.
Steve, I thought for a second you was getting ready to tell everybody what basketball was. We're talking about basketball, and you said I got to tell you.
Reg, you may not remember, but in 1993 we had that 3-on-3 tournament in the police department. We actually had 4 people, and it was me, Buck, and Slow there, and Dylan.
Yeah, Brian Dillon.
We beat the hell out of everybody, 25 and 30 points, but we'd put Steve out there and Mike Harden, and it was a damn bloodbath between them two.
I bet.
Yeah, we won, didn't we?
You're right. You got a trophy, don't you, Steve?
No, I'm the one that didn't get a trophy. I had 3 trophies. I got a T-shirt.
Never mind.
I got a T-shirt, but
Never mind.
did that.
That's right. The cheerleader didn't get one. My fault.
Nice.
He got a T-shirt to go with his plaque that he's got for SWAT cheerleader.
Yeah, lazy SWAT cheerleader.
There you go. All right. Well, I wanted to touch base starting out with we'll do a couple of Christmas stories. Hound, you got one from New York. I got one from San Francisco. What you got over there going on in New York? Some protests?
Yeah, there's anti-Israel
Oh,
protesters.
man, I thought I was going to hear something about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or something like that. That's not the kind of story you're talking about.
They're mad at him.
They're mad at him. They're mad at all of them, yeah.
Yeah, they're mad at everybody that don't believe in their beliefs, believe it or not. But the anti-Israel protesters got arrested for, believe it or not, attacking NYPD officers. Do you think for 1 second that if you attack a police officer that your ass ain't going to get arrested? Come on, man, really? If you attack anybody on this screen right now, on this computer, chances are you're going to get arrested. You might even have to take a trip to the hospital.
I can say, yeah, they serve the warrants at the hospital.
Yeah. But, they got, I hate Israel people out there, and if you don't conform to their beliefs, like I said, that they're going to do everything they can to disrupt everything. So they happen to do this on Christmas Day. Is that yesterday? Yeah, that's yesterday. On Christmas Day. Just so they can cause a scene and act like an ass.
Yeah. That's what happens a lot on the left. Same thing happened in San Francisco. I guess a pro-Palestinian protester climbs the Union Square Christmas tree in San Francisco, climbs up the damn thing, gets up close to the top, and then just hangs this little sign. You can't even fucking read it from the ground. Pro.
Yeah, the light bulb out on the top. They had to find some idiot to climb.
Exactly, yeah.
Was he wearing a Grinch outfit?
Yeah. They're supporting... Exactly. They voted in Hamas in 2006 to be their leadership. They voted them in as their leadership.
Yeah, but is it kind of like with the Ukraine and Russia, those two provinces they took over and now part of Russia because they voted to be a part of Russia because they knew if they didn't, they'd die?
No. Just a flat no. They vote because they believe in the same religious beliefs that they do. Israel must die. All infidels must die. You and me must die. Everybody must die or conform to Islam, right? Or pay the tax or whatever. It's just a whole thing. And the reason they have had an election since then, if that was the case, they would, then why not have elections every year? And every year Hamas would get reelected, right? But they don't. Why? Because every single year, if they would have an election, these people would vote voluntarily to have them because they want Israel gone. They want Israel as their land again. So, and what people over here don't understand is they just see the propaganda out of that place. They don't understand that Israel's the size of fucking New Jersey, Staten Island, with several million people, and they're surrounded by 1 billion Muslims who hate him and want to kill him.
Yeah.
They're on a little sliver of land. They're not asking for much. And that's where they've been for 3,000 freaking years, off and on. It's been conquered. It's been taken over. I get all that. But that's where they are. Israel is the chosen people, and that's where they've been. They want to live in peace.
Chosen by who?
By God himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They're the chosen people. They've lived there for years. Jesus' birth, the whole nine, right? And all they're asking is to live in peace. They tried a 2-state solution. Palestinians declined. They don't want a 2-state. They want from the river to the sea. They want the Israelis. Anyway, long story short, they bring that shit here and they mess with Christmas because Christmas is what? Was born there. It's Jesus. It's about Jesus. It's about the birth of Jesus. It's all that. So they just want to interrupt it whenever they can, and that's what they do. And it's always on the left. It's always the left doing stupid shit. Always. They always got always some kind of violence, always some kind of whatever to justify their crazy thoughts. That's just my opinion. Anybody want to chime in?
Speaking about that, this is, I was going through some old paperwork trying to find something in my attic, and I came across a newspaper clipping that I guess my grandparents clipped out of the local paper back in the day.
Bring your phone up a little bit, brother.
And
About to leave here in a minute. I think I'm gonna have to go get my charger. Go ahead.
the one little article in here is Jewish sector under assault. It's in Jerusalem, and after reading that little article, what I could read of it, the German soldiers, former German soldiers, were teaching the Arabs how to fight and kill the Jewish people in Israel. And this paper was dated January 21st, 1948. So, it's not a new thing that the Jewish people have come under attack. It's been going on for years.
Yeah. I mean, the Holocaust, 6 million.
Centuries.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Holocaust, 6 million, the whole nine,
Yeah, and this is, a couple of years after the war, World War II. Mm-hmm. And the German soldiers, former German soldiers, is teaching the Arabs how to kill the Jewish people to follow their Third Reich.
And let's not, that's a good point. And let's not forget how all this started on October 7th, right? Israel's minding their own freaking business.
Yeah.
Here comes the Palestinian Hamas people, right, coming through the fences and just slaughter 1,200 civilians. Mm-hmm. And when I say slaughter, I mean in the most heinous ways, guys. Stuff that we've seen. Cutting heads off, putting babies in microwaves, raping women, killing them, all sorts of stuff. And they, of course, kidnapping people who they still have now.
So they could be from Gastonia.
There you go. Well, yeah, it's incredible. Incredible.
They want us to feel sorry for them, but it's hard to feel sorry for somebody that's supposedly causing a certain group all this grief. Well, you know what? If you're getting tired of getting bombed, you kill them your own damn self, and then you don't have to worry about the Israelis coming over and killing them. That's the way I look at that. I don't feel sorry for someone you're hiding. I'm sorry. You bring it on yourself when you do that shit.
That's true. And when you support that kind of, this is the thing too, the dirty secret is they get billions of dollars in aid from all over the world, Palestine. And all that money should go into bettering the life of the people there that they represent, right? Hamas should use that money.
Right.
They don't. Yeah. They build all these intricate underground tunnels with their main tunnels under hospitals and schools to protect them from the bombing and from Israel. They don't build any infrastructure. That's why when the war started, Israel could turn off the power and the water to Palestine. Why? Because Israel supports the fucking Palestinians with water and electric because they don't have their own infrastructure. Why? Because they spend money on bombs and tunnels and bullshit to kill people. It's so twisted. And why we give them money, I have no idea, because it goes to Hamas. It doesn't go to help the people who elected Hamas. And listen, if you're in Palestine, you can walk across the damn border and go to Egypt. You can go to Jordan. You can go to Syria. There's lots of little places all over you can move to. You don't have to stay there unless you're being held hostage there. I don't know, right? But you don't have to stay there. You can get up and move.
Yeah, true.
All right. Wouldn't you have just witnessed the Rodinator turn into the Ratinator?
That's okay. I hate my points. Exactly.
Dude, it drives me crazy there, Wooten. I swear to God, it's just so... Like I say, this show is about logic, common sense, and facts. If you have that, I'll stand corrected. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Oh, you're not wrong.
Common sense is absent from all these arguments from the people on the left and the people who support this kind of shit. There's just October 7th. Why did they do that? Well, because you're keeping us hostage. You have a whole entire damn area of land there with buildings and nice. I mean, everything. You know, it's yours. Do what you want with it. You're saying you're hostage. You can leave anytime you want. You're not a hostage there. You just walk across the border. There's borders with 3 different countries: Egypt, Syria, Jordan. I think, right?
Yeah.
So you got a visitor there, Rodinator.
Anyway, that's some Christmas stories. Just people trying to trounce on Christmas all the time and just trying to taint the new year. But
and just a sidebar, we are recording this the day after Christmas. It's going to be released on New Year's Eve day. So Merry
Rod
Christmas.
the Grinchinator.
the Grinchinator.
The Grinchinator.
So Happy New Year's, everybody, because it's going to be released on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day.
Yeah. But other than that, but I had a good Christmas. I know you guys did too, but there's people around the world who are suffering, and we understand that. And there's people who cause suffering just because they're assholes. And I guess that's what we're trying to highlight here. But anyway.
And that's why we have Wooten on the podcast tonight.
There you go.
Because it's
I will
asshole.
tell you something funny. You know, for the listeners outside of our area, you know, Gastonia is right next to McCadville, which is called the Christmas Town USA because all the Christmas lights and things. You can go through McCadville and see all the beautiful lights. And it's funny, been up here in a tourist destination. All the locals up here are talking about going to McCadville to see the lights. And they asked me about, man, have you ever been down here? I'm like, yeah, man, I was like 20 minutes away. I live like 20 minutes away from there.
And just to describe McCadville, and you guys chime in, it is a freaking horror show when you try to go see the lights. There's,
do like me. Go during the day. There's no traffic.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah. They have to have police off duty directing traffic. They have to have lanes blocked. 85, which is a major highway, going there. They have a whole right side lane is just backed up for miles, just trying to get into McCadville and drive through and see all the lights on the houses. And it's just, I don't know. I tell you what,
go ahead. I'm sorry. Keep on.
It's beautiful, but I I'm good. I've seen lights on houses. I mean, I don't know. I just
see back in when I was actually going through BLET with Slow there, I lived in Lowell, the town right adjacent to McCadville, but the road that I lived on was McCadville Road, which is the main thoroughfare. So I had to be at home about between 4 and 4:30 every day, or I would not be able to get to my house because of all of the traffic.
Without seeing the lights.
Without seeing
Hey,
the
do you
lights.
guys know how the Christmas Town USA got started?
They turn lights on.
Yeah. Well, Gaston County was known for their textiles. And there for the longest time, Wooten, Hound Dog, y'all can chime in. Forever, when we first started policing, we had a little yarn mill thing on the side of our car.
Spinning
wheel.
Spinning wheel. Yeah, that's part of our door decal for the Gastonia Police was because of so much textiles. Well, Farn Yarns, it started in McCadville, and the small town of McCadville was built around Farr Yarns Mills. And Mr. Farr told all the people in McCadville, if you guys put up Christmas lights, I'll pay you your light bill for the month of December. And that's how it started.
Yeah.
Oh, no shit. Nice.
And that was way back in, I don't know, forever.
Yeah, history buff there.
Well, how
Slow.
about that? Yeah.
A little history. All right.
I
I
wonder
feel
when
like I'm
they
in
started
school,
that.
for God's sakes.
All right. That must have been the highlight of the show. Everybody got quiet.
Google that.
I
Rick.
know. I was waiting to see if you were done. Cool.
Hey, well, I do want to say this, man. Yeah, everybody's sitting there all mic'd up, sitting in their little podcast area, and looks like little Wooten there is kicked back on the recliner.
Oh, he came in comfy. He
On the
came in
couch.
comfortable.
I'm about to knock and order my dinner. Come get it in.
Nice.
You know how that works for me.
Yeah.
The other thing I was going to talk about here for a little bit, guys, is all this talk about gun control and taking our guns away and how important the Second Amendment is to all of us, I know.
Hey,
and being the Second
Read
Amendment.
your shirt. Read your shirt.
Oh, perfect shirt for today. Perfect. I'm going to touch on that. Second Amendment being so important, of course. It's our founding fathers made it the second for a reason. They said the first, and then they said the second. Why? Because you got to have the second to defend the first, right?
True.
So just some things. So we all know how gun control around the world is. Most countries don't allow it. For instance, in England, right? I pulled up a news article on London's crime stats, and you wouldn't believe the knife and machete attacks have gone up 40% over the last 5 years with their new mayor. I guess what I'm trying to highlight here is that regardless of guns aren't the problem. Guns are an inanimate object that will never fire, will never shoot, will never kill anybody without somebody pulling the trigger. So it's not the gun that kills people, right? It's the person that kills people. It's not the person that it's not the knife that stabs the person. It's the person stabbing the person. That's the responsible party, right? You can kill people with scissors. You can kill people with a knife. You can kill people with a car.
It's kind of like saying if you kill somebody at DWI, we need to take away all cars.
Right. Exactly right. All right. We have to ban cars. Right. But so just some stats for London. Because they have no guns, they have 40 plus incidents of knife crimes per day in the city of London. 40. Gun violence has risen over 6% over the last year. And just to give you a little stat on that, 9,086 knife crimes in 2016. Then this new mayor came in who really started hammering people down, and they're now up to 12,786 in a year, which is incredible. Now, those also include homicides, of course, but just robberies, rapes, everything's done now with knives. And apparently the knife of choice is a machete. Not a big long one, but a kind of a small one. Maybe almost looks like a hatchet length, but it's a machete. And they go around, and there's roving gangs of kids as young as 10 or 11.
Macheteans.
Yeah, and they go around doing the same thing they would do with guns with knives and machetes. Point being is, if people want to do violence and people want to rob, rape, and pillage and murder, they're going to do it. Back in the day, we used to do it with stones and bows and arrows and spears.
How was that, Wooten?
You bastard. He's a guest. God, start treating him with some respect. Wooten's taking a pounding on here. He's a guest.
I'm not the one who needs a damn walker, but go ahead.
So anyway, I didn't know what you guys thought about this. I got about these. You guys agree? I mean, I've seen plenty of knife attacks too, especially when we're talking about the homeless and the people on the street. They're always got a knife or some kind of razor, some kind of edged weapon.
We've seen so many people cut with razors, man. I mean, just their faces laid open.
Faces, and they always go for the face. They always go for the face and then run off. Yep.
And Wooten, I don't put you on the spot on this, but no, you was involved in also involved shooting. Was that due to a stabbing?
Yes, 27 times.
Do you want to talk about that, or you comfortable talking about that?
It's okay. I think I've told it before, but yeah, I walked into the QT to get a drink and a snack, and I noticed three guys.
Just set the stage for our listeners that don't know what QT is. Quick Trip. It's a convenience store, real nice upper level convenience store.
Right,
this one happened to be right next door to our PD, our police department. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, anyway, long story short, I walked by these three guys, and I noticed the one in the camouflage jacket. He just kind of looked at me, and I just tilted my head at him, went on in.
Now, you're in uniform, correct?
Yeah, uniform, going to work off duty, and I was in the getting a snack off one of the aisles, and about that time I heard a lot of screaming, and I look over, and he had the clerk against the wall. And by the time I got to him, with them, all the way went down the wall and along the door area. And by the time I got him separated and finally had shot him, if I remember right, he had been stabbed like 27 times.
No shit. The guy you saw coming in initially, you were dressed with a head nod.
You broke out.
You walk by, and all of a sudden he grabs the clerk and starts chopping the clerk up.
Yeah, he comes in from the outside and runs behind the counter, and then I start hearing some screaming. I turn around, and he's just free falling that boy with that knife. But never got
a blink of an eye. Yeah,
he knew what he's doing. He had that boy hugged in tight and was coming up with that knife. So he knew what he was doing. Never got him killed off of him. But yeah, and 27 times.
And to think he did that after seeing a uniformed officer walk by.
Oh yeah. And, the sad part about all that was that he had killed his mother 15 years prior to this and was out of prison already. Put her in a trunk and drove her away.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Our justice system sucks, man.
It does.
Really
Well, I'll tell you now, I've got a side story to your shooting thing, Wooten.
Right.
Now I'm working off duty, and when all this took place, so after I got off duty, I went by the the PD and hung out the Detective Bureau, because once you involved shooting, they take you to the Detective Bureau. SBI comes in, they do the whole gamut, and they're showing we're looking at I was able to look at the film and stuff from the shooting. Wooten,
Steel shots.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember or not, but you had a cup of coffee.
Yeah. Didn't spill a drop, did it?
You see what's going on.
That's what good, boy.
He sees what's going on. Now the quick trip, QT, everything in there, man, seriously, you can't be anywhere you're not covered by cameras. Excellent camera views. But Wooten sat there, takes a look at the bad guy, and they're fighting. He goes, cup of coffee, sets it down on the counter, and he goes there and shoots the fella.
It wasn't quite like that, but I mean, yeah.
Then he goes back and picks up the
coffee. I ain't
coffee.
spilled my coffee.
Yeah.
See, had you not drank that sip, it'd been like 25 stabs instead of 27.
The scary part is too when you start looking at those steel shots like you did, Steve, and everything, you don't realize it. But you got that gun right there, and that finger's just outside that trigger guard. But we're all within 18 inches each other. We're all hugged together, all three of us. And here I am trying to get a shot on him, and I reckon all that training, I never put that finger inside on that trigger.
Yeah, finger discipline.
Good training, yeah.
Wow.
Good.
Hey,
Man,
y'all
it
gonna
was
you're
good
gonna have to
shooting,
hold on
too.
a second, Steve. I gotta get a charger. Y'all gonna have to hold on a second. Sorry.
Yeah, it's not like getting prepared for this. You only knew like 2 days to be prepared for this. Yeah, tell me about that finger outside trigger. That's finger discipline. You keep your finger off the trigger till you get ready to pull it. And yeah, he showed great discipline and to make sure that he shot the bad guy without shooting the good guy.
Right.
And he was cleared 100%. Is excellent shooting. And 2 other officers showed up on scene and saved the bad guy's life. Used their personal tourniquets and
Where'd he
saved the
clip
bad
him at?
guy's life.
Where'd he get him?
I know one was in the upper leg.
One was in the back, and the other one actually went in right above his damn ass and come out his nut. That round was laying up.
Nice shot. Took a nut out.
Hey, you got a new name there. You're now the Nutcracker.
Yeah, he.
How appropriate for Christmas. Yeah.
I think it was Siegel that rolled him over, and that damn round was laying underneath him. So.
Wow.
Yeah, you was totally clear from that, like you should have been, and it was excellent shooting, great discipline on your part, Jeff, not to shoot the good guy and timing it just right to shoot the bad guy.
Yep.
Heck yeah. Yeah. But those razors too, and also I did some time in the jails, and I'll tell you that's all they have is edged weapons. Whether they make them, they make them out of sporks and toothbrushes and all sorts of stuff. I'll tell you. Funny story. So I'm working in the jail. I'm 22 years old, whatever. And there's this guy back on a double murder appeal. And I'm a 22-year-old kid trying to run a pod of 50 guys. Some back like this guy, trying to get them out of their bunks by 7, make your bed. It's pretty tough to do because the guy's back on appeal. He's never going to see the light of day again. So why is he going to listen to me? So he was giving me a problem. So I had to send him off to segregation. Because he threatened to kill me and all this other shit. So I'm waiting for the escorts to come, and they finally get there, and we get him. We pat him down. We take him upstairs. We get upstairs. We give him one more pat down before he goes in the cell, and we notice on his thumbnail, he allowed it to grow out pretty long, and then he cut it in the shape of a hook. And then when he worked in the woodworking in the prison, he varnished the hell out of it, so it made it like almost as hard as like wood and sharp.
Oh, wow.
So he could just cut your throat with it. It was that sharp. We had to take a tin snips to cut that fucker off because a regular nail clipper wouldn't do it. And it made like a crack, like a nutcracker. Made like a crack, like a. So yeah, that was crazy. And he was a Muslim dude. Yeah, but he had that thing sharpened into a hook, and
Wow.
He would just keep his hands in his pockets and walk around. If anyone would mess with him, he'd get up close, and all he'd have to do is drag it across your neck. And
Yeah, a lot of
tear
those
you open.
shank stuff they made too. They kept them in their butt, right?
Yeah, it's called keystering. I learned that from Will Ferrell in
And that brings a whole new. That
when
brings
he
a
was
whole new
going to
meaning.
prison.
Brings a whole new meaning to cutting farts.
Literally, yeah. Yeah, they ate suitcasing up in their ass. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, what was that Will Ferrell movie? What was it called?
Get Hard.
Yeah, that's a funny movie. That's excellent.
Yeah, he had to learn how to keister because he was going to prison. Yeah.
I thought keystering was what went on in the Senate.
That too.
Yeah, there.
Our last podcast, that guy got keistered. Yeah.
Hey, Slow, who was the old boy that when our vice days that kept a washcloth shoved up his ass?
That was one of the Connor
Cotton
boys.
Connor.
Yeah,
Cotton Connor.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
What was that
That's it,
about?
Hound Dog. That's his name.
Why was that?
Connor.
Too much prison time.
Too much
Yeah,
prison time.
he'd been violated once or twice.
You had to
He
keep
kept
a,
he literally stuck a washcloth up his ass.
Yeah, he kept Dilaudid
Yeah.
up his ass, and he put that washcloth up in his ass to keep it
So
from
it
falling
wouldn't
out.
fall
I
out.
reckon.
No shit.
that
Yeah.
was the safety lid. Yeah, no, that was a little shit as well.
Oh shit. Yeah. Oh my god.
That's very
New
true.
meaning for a diaper, I reckon. I don't know.
That's fucking terrible.
That's
Jesus.
very true.
Ay, ay, ay. All right, let's get out of the weeds. All right, hey. So
That's where we stay, man. We stay in rabbit holes.
last thing I want to mention is, of course, on Christmas, mentioned in New York again, there was a stabbing in New York, just to kind of emphasize this too happens here. Just a 14 and 16-year-old girl were just eating at Grand Central Station. Grand Central Station is where the main hub of the train system comes there. It's downtown, bustling all the time, shoppers, people traveling. And these two young ladies were eating, and some Yahoo idiot was having a problem with the people serving the food at the register. And he just decided to turn around. He went and stabbed these two little girls, 14 and 16, who were eating, one in the back, one in the leg, yelling he wanted to kill all white people and that he wanted to sit next to crackers. So cops came, took him down on all this, and lo and behold, of course, he wasn't his first rodeo, right? The girls were from South Africa, visiting the country, trying to enjoy Christmas, and they end up going home with holes in them. This guy has several weapons violations, should have been in Rikers, probably not even out, but he's just running around because of these cashless bail shit they have in New York now, where you can just come in the morning time, assault a police officer, come in the morning, be arrested, and you're released by lunch, and then you can do another one in the afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
So there's just no and this is
Why
what
would
happens.
you keep
Sound
criminals in
like
jail?
Charlotte.
It sounds Charlotte's becoming exactly like a little Baltimore, a little Atlanta. Charlotte's run like shit now. The leadership is crap. Just listen. Sometimes I look in on some of their meetings they have that's run on the C-SPAN and all those channels. It's incredible. It's incredible what they talk about. It's becoming just like these other cities like Baltimore, which are shit. St. Louis, you know.
And the crime stats reflect that because the crime shoots straight up.
And the police officers, as we talked about in a separate podcast, 500 short officers, right? We have lie detector people who are quitting and blowing the whistle, saying that they're ignoring the results and letting people who are felons become police officers. Heroin, cocaine, different drug use is all acceptable now. So when you drop your standards, then the corruption
Kinda
starts,
like this
just like
show
in
here.
Miami. Yeah, just like in Miami back in the day. Remember Miami, like all the corruption down in Miami and all those guys. St. Louis, there was a big crew that was ripping off drug dealers on duty.
And New Orleans, same thing.
Yeah,
down
New
in
Orleans too.
Yeah.
Yep. So when you lower the standards, that's it. Until they start giving cops respect again and raising those bars and taking care of them, they want to get rid of qualified immunity, right? Slow, you were talking about that a while back. You know,
They're trying their best to.
Yeah, that's
that there'll not be a cop left.
qualified immunity is when we're doing in a performance of our job. If we do something and someone tries to sue us, we're shielded by the department and the city or whatever. We'll take care of the lawsuit and stuff. Because if you didn't have that with the society today that loves to sue, no cop would want to be a cop. You know, you couldn't do your job,
Right.
Because you could sue a ham sandwich, you know, and it would just cost too much money to defend yourself. But anyway, so just the stabbings. My point is, guns are necessary, folks. It's a Second Amendment right. Take away guns is not going to make anything safer. Hell, Chicago this past weekend, this Christmas weekend, there was another 20 shot. The weekend before that, there was another 20 shot. It's not the gun. It's the people who wield the gun. It's the people who wield the knife. It's the people who drive the car through the crowd of people. It's Jeffrey McVeigh who blew up the building with the car bomb.
And the bottom line is the Democrats are allowing it to happen for setting these crazy laws, letting all the bad guys get their way. And now they're trying to get with the bad guys, the convicted felons can vote. Wonder why that is.
Right.
So they can-
Right.
So they get more votes.
Yeah.
So the dead people don't have to vote as much.
I guess so the president's son will be able to vote once he gets found guilty of all this shit he's doing.
And Biden just pardoned a bunch of the marijuana guys because they were. He said there was no. They were violence-free crimes, but
Let me
drugs
guess,
are
they
never.
were Hispanics.
What's that?
let me guess, they're probably Hispanics.
No, I don't even know. Yeah, but he just pardoned a bunch of them. A bunch of people who had like life sentences, long sentences because they were nonviolent, but they were drug related. You know, anything that relates to drugs is going to lead to violence somewhere down the line or up the line, right?
Right.
If someone's enforcing that pipeline in some way, shape, or form, right? And these days, you never know if there's fucking fentanyl in the shit. So now it's not even harmless anymore. You know, there's people dying taking a hit of marijuana because there's fentanyl in it. But anyway, that's how we are today. We give too much credence to the suspect and not enough to the victims. We're always trying to look for rehabilitation rather than punishment. We need to punish. It's no different than a child. Don't do that again. Why? I'm going to beat your ass. That's why. You know, it's very simple. If there's no consequences, the behavior will continue. Do we agree on that?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
the one thing that I want to shift gears, if I can, talk about is in our pre-podcast meeting, we talked about Jeff's case he worked. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, if you could go into a little bit of detail, because that one sounds like that's why you got the nickname Juicy.
Yeah, give us
Because
a
on
little
this particular
background.
case, I had nothing. I had no idea about any of this. What he talked about.
Yeah.
Give a little background. Give a little background first, Wooten. How long were you a detective?
About 10 years.
And you retired as a detective, correct?
Yes.
Were you a general detective? Because in Charlotte we had homicide, we had robbery, we had burglary.
Yeah. We called it people crime. So yeah, it was
Crimes against people.
Violent crimes.
Violent crimes. Okay.
Yeah. But no, the David Dover, detective, still with the city, and myself, and I want to say Detective Whitlock. We had gotten a call one night to go to Little Avenue, which for people who don't know a whole lot about Gastonia, if you know anything where RO's is, it runs right off of adjacent to RO's. We got a call from a lady who said that her ex-husband had called her and said that he had killed his roommate. So, you know, we just kind of thought, yeah, whatever. Long story short, we ended up out there at that apartment probably 1 o'clock in the morning and knock on the door.
It's never like lunchtime in the evening. It's always the middle of the night when these things happen.
Yeah, of course. It's got to be cold. And we get out there and we basically knock on the door, and he comes to the door and we say, hey, is your roommate here? And he says, yeah, he's here. And can we talk to him? So we basically get our way in there. And when I say clean, I mean clean. The apartment was clean. And after a brief interview with him and everything, he had killed his roommate for running over his big toe with the wheelchair that the roommate was in. And he said that the roommate had been complaining about how much food he ate. And so he reached and got a hammer that was laid on the table. And he bashed him in the head about 5 times. And after a couple of minutes, he realized that hadn't killed him. So he decided he wanted a hacksaw. He cut his head off. He cut his arms off. He cut his legs
Cut
off.
his head off.
And, he cut his head completely
Money
off.
shot.
And,
Hey, there's no sense losing your head over this.
Yeah, don't lose your mind over this.
The funny, it ain't funny. The man lost his life, but he literally washed the body. And when I say washed, I mean there was not a speck of blood that we could see anywhere in there. We lifted when we finally got in there with everything we needed. The wash machine had bloody water in it, or he had washed his washcloths and stuff. But he had put that guy in a black trash bag and stuffed him in the closet in the bedroom. Well, when the coroner and everybody gets out, they literally take him out piece by piece and put him on a gurney.
Wow.
Legs, arms, head. And he had got mad because that old boy was complaining about how much food he was eating. And he bashed him in the head and said the only reason he was in the closet because the dumpster where they was working on the apartments was full. He was going to throw him in the dumpster.
Just waiting, yeah.
Yeah,
was
just
full.
waiting on that
Hey,
thing to get
fat
emptied
boys
out.
have rights, too.
Waiting to take out the trash.
Yeah, empty this shit so I can get rid of him. But no.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Yeah, he was probably 400 pounds. He rode back in the front seat of my Charger because we couldn't put him in the back. And he was literally
Well,
just
maybe he was eating too much food.
Went in the interview room and talked just like we're talking now, like there wasn't nothing to it. Took life in prison, probably 7, 8 months later.
No.
Crazy.
Wow.
People nuts, man. But yeah, when they lit that room up, man, you could see the blood all over the walls, man. But he had cleaned it that clean in that apartment. I mean, you can
Now, when you talk about lit up the room, you're talking about the luminol type stuff,
Yeah,
right? The
yeah.
lights that show blood spatter even when it's not there.
Correct. And we went in there, and it was looked like you took buckets of blood and threw it all over the walls and everything.
But you couldn't see it with the naked eye. You could only see it with the light.
No, we found one little spot size of a razor blade on a pencil. He had cleaned it so good. He cleaned him really good. No stains.
Damn.
Well, I'm telling you, along the same lines of that, on Apple Street, we had a drug user kill his drug seller over drugs, and in the kitchen, there was not a spot, a place that didn't have blood. Blood's driven from the ceiling, the light, everything on the walls, everything. I mean, it was just blood everywhere. I never knew somebody having much blood in them.
Wow.
So wouldn't this guy put the guy that he hacked up in the bathtub and just drained him of all the blood and all that stuff?
Yeah, I can't remember that, to be honest with you, but there was no blood. No, I mean, you could not walk in that apartment and it be any different going in your house. You would not have been able to tell anything.
All right, so when you said you asked him if his roommate was there, they say, "Yeah, man, he's in the bag in the closet."
He said, "Yeah, he's in there."
How did that come about?
He's in the room. He's not quite himself.
He wasn't lying. He was in there. He was in there in the closet in them black trash bags.
Holy shit!
He's not feeling. He's feeling a little under the weather. He's in
not
the
quite
bag.
himself tonight.
Yeah, he's beside himself.
Yeah, he's in the bag.
Yeah, he was in there. Yeah,
Lord.
some crazy
Oh
stuff,
my
man.
god.
So what year did this happen, Wooten?
I want to say probably about 2015, 2016, right through there.
Okay, so it must have been after Steve Slow Ride and I retired.
No,
Oh, yeah.
I remember. So I had to be working. Had to be around
Oh,
14,
really?
15,
Really?
maybe. I
Yeah,
remember.
right in there.
I do not remember that. I do not remember that at all.
Wow, that's
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was back on the road
Sad
at the
when
time.
they start taking a body out of a bag that looks like Mr. Potato Head. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's literally how
Oh yeah.
leg here and leg there and
Did you say you
torso
used
there.
Did you say you used that like a hacksaw? Or use what kind
Yeah.
of?
He
A,
used a
a, hand,
hacksaw.
a handsaw?
Yep.
Just hacked it off.
Yep.
Wow.
Cut him up. Cut everything off like that.
Old school.
Yeah.
Could have used a power saw. It would have been a little easier.
That's like some shit on The Sopranos or something.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Just remember not to
Absolutely.
bitch about how much your roommate eats. That's all I'm saying.
Well, he's 400 pounds. I'm sure he's eating a
Yeah,
lot.
he gets violent.
You better do a little criminal history on your roommates before you let them in. You know.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Bad. That was bad.
But I'll tell you what. So a lot of blood and guts and a lot of ranting going on. How about we end up on a fun story? How about that? You guys ready?
Yeah,
Well,
man.
let's hear it.
I found a lady who started a sexual relationship with an oak tree, and I want to talk about it.
All
If
Well,
that's
that right?
okay.
Yeah, you got to give some background on this. Go ahead. A
wanna
lot of
talk
questions
about it.
here.
Okay, so it's a new thing called eco-sexual. That's ECO sexual. Of course, all these we have to have terms, right? Transsexual, this sexual, binary, non-binary. This is ecosexual. Woman claims she's in an erotic relationship with a tree. What kind of tree? Of course, it's an oak. Okay, the mighty oak. The mighty oak. The woman describes herself as ecosexual. She believes she's in the midst of a love affair with an oak tree. The woman, Sonia Seymanova, 45, claims she connected with the tree during her lonely solo walks in the summer of 2021. As we would walk and see a lady we like maybe and start talking to her, this tree stuck out to her, this big oak tree. So she was walking in a path near a tree 5 days a week for a whole winter. I noticed a connection with the tree. She had a connection. She explained that she'd been craving that rush of erotic energy. Easy, guys. That comes when you meet a new partner, and that is not sustainable. So she was having an erotic energy with a tree, an oak tree. The presence she felt is what she was looking for, but she couldn't find in a human. But that's only a fantasy with a human, she said. The feeling of being tiny and supported by something so solid.
That's a new meaning for get stuck in the back. Yeah.
Starting to stick in the back. Starting to sweat. I feel like I'm reading a dirty novel. The feeling of not being able to fall, she said. The erotic experiences with this tree, although she said does not have physical relations yet with the oak.
Well, it's got
Yeah.
a root, so I'm sure it's going to happen.
She's going to grab some root. She says, and this is the big thing, I wouldn't lie. She said, I would lie against it. There was an eroticism with something so big and so old holding me back. And I said,
Damn, Steve.
wait a minute.
Easy.
I'm big and old. We're all big and old. We can hold her back. What are you doing with a tree? You know, that's my question. But she and they have a picture over here holding the tree and hugging it. So okay, I could
She's
go
literally
on.
a tree hugger.
She's literally a tree hugger to the max.
New meaning to it.
My question is, let me segue into something else here, because I always say a lot of these folks have mental illness. This is what I call this binary transgender shit, is people who just are confused in their mind and they're being supported by society now. This has got to fall within it. I mean, a lady is choosing a relationship with a fucking tree.
Well, what does this lady look like?
That's what she looks like.
That's
She
pure
appears
love.
happy. You can't.
That's
You
pure
can't.
love.
Think
Look at
she
her.
appears happy.
Look at her.
That is
Look at
pure
her.
love.
Yeah, look how happy she is.
She's hugging the shit out of that thing. Anyway, but my point.
That's a full frontal hug too. It's not
It's
like
a
a hug
tree.
of your sister
Yeah.
or brother.
No, she's got it up. She probably got her legs around it too, but they
I was
just
gonna
cut
say,
the
their
picture.
leg cocked up any? Never mind.
Yeah, I don't know. And I haven't heard from the tree yet. If the tree, the tree might not even like any of this, but he has no way to express that, so he could be being molested right now. We don't know. Has anybody
right.
talked to the tree? I
Hey.
need to know this.
Hey, has the
He
tree
may-
tried to leaf?
Oh Jesus Christ!
He may be a
could
gay
be.
tree.
He could be non-binary, and he might not want anything to do with her. I don't know. So ecosexual guys, they're out there, and it might catch. I don't know. She also went on to say how being in nature, in winter you go from death. Winter when things die, and then all of a sudden in spring everything comes alive. She says there are similarities between sex with people and the eroticism of ecosexual feel with nature, but they are not the same. It's getting deep. So she's she's flowers growing, trees growing. She's equating that to people knocking boots. I mean, it's just all sorts of comparisons going here. But bottom line is she's hugging and humping on a tree, guys, and she's an ecosexual.
Oh
There's
God,
a
I
new
got
title.
wood myself now.
I've had wood from time to time myself.
Is it oak?
It's a baby spruce over here. What we got. So anyway, so ecosexual, there's a new one for you. I want to keep you guys informed. I want to keep you guys knowing these terms.
And you hear this stuff first on this show.
Hey, I wonder if
This
this could be
cutting
a
edge.
white. Is it a white oak where they make bourbon
Hey,
barrels?
don't bring
out
race
of?
into this, hound
Whoa,
dog.
whoa, whoa,
Race
whoa,
does
whoa,
not
sir.
matter.
No.
You're
It's
going to
not-
get us
it's not
censored
racial.
again.
It's not
YouTube's going to
racial.
kick us.
White oak is what they make bourbon barrels out of. I
That's
just wonder
true.
if she's
That's
loaded
We
up
have
on a
had
white
love
oak.
with the white oak ourselves.
And my question is, why has it got to be
Yeah.
white? Why has it got to be white? Why can't it be black oak? That's all I'm asking.
Is there such a thing as black oak?
I don't know.
I know there's red oak, white oak.
Yeah, red oak's the big daddy. Those are the
Pin-
redwood. Oh, redwood. My bad.
Pin oak.
Wood. All right, that's
And
what I got. Ecosexual.
Loving yolk.
Hey, yeah, if you listen to this podcast, you know about the about the different type of.
You know what's
oaks.
really
Put it on
sad?
the-
What's
What's
that?
really sad is there's 4 grown men sitting around talking about wood.
That's exactly right.
I mean,
It's a lonely world, my friend.
Hey,
oh
maybe
my
we,
God.
maybe we ought to go run out and find a tree.
Yeah, really.
But hey, we're about on time, aren't we, Slow?
Oh yeah,
Just
here
about,
we
yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Any other tiblets before we end this thing?
I got two right quick. Won't take but a second.
Oh, take your time.
The most dangerous devices. Yeah, everybody knows what a device is.
Yeah, an oak tree.
Obviously.
Something in a woman's drawer.
Yeah. Close. Has to do with the oak tree.
Sorry about that. Exactly.
The 2 most dangerous devices, top 2. Number 1 is a TV. You know why a TV is a dangerous device? Because if you lift it up, you can hurt yourself. This is
Really?
shit that I pulled up today.
What site did you get this at?
Fox Nation.
Oh, there you go.
It's dangerous because
And
it's heavy. The TV's
it's
even
heavy.
lighter. It's those flat screens are so light
They're-
now. You
they're-
could,
Oh yeah.
There's more injuries lifting a TV than anything else.
oh wow, shit. Okay.
All right, number two, there's a thing called twalking.
Talking while you're walking. Is that what you're trying to say?
Texting while walking.
Texting while walking.
No, that can't be dangerous.
The telephone is the number 2 thing, just right behind TV, because of this twalking thing. And they said that telephone injuries because of texting is up 50% since 2016.
I've seen videos of people in the city walking, texting, and falling in the fucking manhole covers that are uncovered.
And why are these called telephones? Man, this is a computer with a telephone app.
I agree.
True.
But
True.
I thought that was weird or funny or strange that there's actually a term for texting while you're walking, talking. But anyway, that's some stupid shit that I saw on Fox
I believe
today.
that. Yeah. When I heard you talk about the TVs, I'm like, man, they're lighter than ever today. These flat screens, they're easy to lift, but those big remember those old fucking ones that used to sit on the ground and used to put divots in your carpet? I mean, those things were big, dude, and heavy.
Console TVs.
The big consoles. That's right.
Yeah.
Jeff, any last words, brother?
Nope, I think I'm pretty good, boss.
Man, we appreciate you being on the show.
I appreciate you
How
inviting
long
me.
you been retired? 2017, was it?
Yes, almost 6 years now.
You doing anything right now? Or you just chilling?
He's a drug dealer.
Yeah, I'm a legalized drug runner now. Still working for the pharmacy.
Oh, nice. Okay.
That's pretty much it. They're keeping me up.
That's okay. Good. At least find something to do. I've been done for about a year and a half, and I still haven't found anything. I'm still just kind of chilling out. Yeah.
And I tell you,
Enjoying
now it is 9:15 Eastern time, and we appreciate you being here because we know you get to bed at like 8 o'clock.
Get ready to say I'm heading that way just as quick as we hang up.
There you go. We appreciate you being on, man. It's nice meeting you, dude. I know I met you at the funeral the other day, too, but I didn't get a chance to talk to you. But good talking to you, man. Yeah.
All right, good seeing all y'all. I'll see y'all later.
No,
Yes, sir.
don't hang up. You cannot hang up.
Don't hang up.
I'm not hanging up.
Even after we off the podcast, we have to keep you on here till we upload.
Okay.
But I like to touch that, man. Yes, it's sad when we're retired. We're all retired police officers. About the only time we ever see our buddies anymore is funerals.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
And isn't that sad? We don't get together anymore. We do. Or another thing called life keeps us all apart. But it's sad that we don't get together and do something. One thing I like about the old SWAT team, and David Ferguson used to be the catalyst behind it. He would have a big party for all the SWAT guys, like about every 3 years. And all the guys get together and just shoot the crap, see where everybody's at now, and talk old times.
Yeah. I keep in contact with some of my old buddies. We like to ride We have a common like of motorcycles, and we take trips and stuff. We ride across the country, so we have a site where we go to on Signal where we all have a biker family site. So we keep in touch a little bit there, and it's not bad. But you're right. A lot of times now it's just funerals, and I tell you, but I'm in my 50s. I know. I think slow. I think you tip 60, right? Yeah, you there yet?
63.
Yeah, and we're getting older, and shit happens, dude.
2 years younger than Jeff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we gotta enjoy life, dude. You gotta take care of yourself. So I suggest, hey, for the new year, guys, get yourself a lifestyle change of some kind to help yourself be a little healthier this year. No resolutions; they die too quick. Do a lifestyle change, anything, something small. Drink water, go for a walk, whatever. Just make it for the year. Just try to do something. We'd like to see you guys around for a while.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jeff, be sure to stay. Even after we get off the air, be sure to stay here till we get everything uploaded to the cloud.
No problem.
Be good to go. All right, man, guys, we need to drink Boone's Bourbon. Jeff Wooten, I know you don't drink bourbon, but somewhere if you see Boone's Bourbon, buy it. Support your brothers.
I'll bring it to you.
Oh, that's even better. Buy 2 bottles. Any last words, gentlemen?
Yeah, I'm going to give a shout-out this week to my wife, Bobby, because she puts up with my shit all the damn time, and she allows me to hang out with my boys and talk all this crazy stuff that we've been talking about here lately, and just going to give a shout-out to Bobby.
I'll do the same thing.
Y'all got to sign up because in the other room listening right now, and you're sucking up.
That's right. I got one right over here, so I'm going to give a shout-out to my wife, Suzanne, too. She put on a great Christmas celebration here. Family came in. She made a bunch of food. Kitchen was just wrapped top to bottom with food and then cleaning and putting all the decorations up. Great job. But I want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas, and I mean Merry Christmas. No Happy Holiday. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And I hope you guys have
this is going to be released
have
on
a
New
great
Year's
New
Eve
Year
day. Yeah. And the Human Fund, man. I sent all you guys a Human Fund.
What's a Human Fund?
You know what,
Seinfeld?
Seinfeld?
No.
Oh, you guys, what about you? Y'all don't watch
That
Seinfeld
is the most
on the #1
stupidest show. That's the stupidest
Seinfeld
show.
does
Yeah,
nothing.
you damn.
All right, let me hang up. I got to turn this music down for a minute. They just signed for a new 5-year deal, I think, for like $500 million.
Well, it's good for them because I'm not watching that stupid shit.
It's still the #1 rated show.
Are you watching?
Hey, whoa, hold on now. Oak Island. Oak Island's good.
Don't
now.
get me started on you.
Come on, Wooten. Come on, Wooten.
Don't get me.
Come on
We're getting
now.
rampant. We're going for another hour, folks. Pour me some more pappy.
The human fun is off Seinfeld. It's where George Costanza, he was too cheap to buy anybody for a present, so he just made up a fund and said he sent money to him. It's called the Human Fund. Money for
okay.
people. We're about to run out of
show.
music.
Hound Dog's hammering. Stupid show. Stupid show. Hug a
No,
tree.
Somebody will if you don't.
All right, this has been a Studio 77 production.
And as always, let's drink about it and drink responsibly.
Ecosexual.
Not
Hey.
almost, Steve.
And don't drink and drive on New Year's Eve.
You mean it's over? Well, shit.